Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's book recommendations video. We got a lot to go through, so get comfy, get cozy, do what you need to do, and let's hop into this thing. I have my recommendations set up a little bit by genre. We're gonna start with literary fiction, mystery, thriller. I have one fantasy for y'all. I don't know what it is about summer, but summer never screams fantasy to me, but no one fret because we have so many romance books to talk about. And then on top of that, we're gonna go through my summer TBR. Was I overly ambitious? Yes, but you know what? Reach for the stars. Reach for the stars, they say. We'll see if I'll succeed or not. Starting with literary fiction / contemporary fiction, these books kind of lean both ways, so I am lumping them into one section. Take what you will with this information, but we're gonna start with Taylor Jenkins Reid. I know y'all have heard of her, but these two books by her really just scream summer to me. Malibu Rising, and we have Carrie Soto is back. So Malibu Rising is actually my favorite book by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't know if that is a bold claim or not, but I feel like everyone always says Daisy Jones and the Six or The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. No. Malibu Rising is my book. This book reminds me of Shameless if the family in Shameless were wealthy. That is the dysfunctional family vibe in this book, and I can't unsee it. Like literally the dad in this book is just screaming Frank. And then Carrie Soto is back is all about tennis. Kind of think Challenger vibes, just without any of the angsty romance / love triangle. This one really is about a father-daughter dynamic and relationship, and it was fantastic. I went into this book with such low expectations because I was like, tennis. Why do I want to read a book about tennis? I don't know anything about the dang sport. And by the end of this book, I was literally eating my words. I was eating my words because this was so good. I do want to mention that these are a little bit interconnected, and then there are a couple other books within the Taylor Jenkins Reid universe that are also interconnected. So if you guys want a breakdown of that, let me know in the comments. I will explain it to you, but you do not have to read these in any order. It's really up to you, but there are little Easter eggs connecting everything, which is really fun. Malibu Rising, we are following the Riva family, specifically Nina, and Nina always hosts this huge end of summer party. This book is taking place during that party when chaos is just ensuing from all dynamics of her family. And also this is a frame story, so you get to see her parents' love story and you get to see why this family is as dysfunctional as they are. Now Carrie Soto is back is following a tennis player named Carrie Soto, and she is amazing at what she does. She is fierce, she is competitive, but she's also blunt and she is not well liked. This is her comeback story. It will probably bring a tear to your eye. Think The Man Vibes by Taylor Swift. Carrie Soto is so the man vibe coded. And I stand by that. I stand by it. Let's say you're after a chaotic female main character. You need to read Perfume and Pain by Anna Dorn. In this book, you're following author Astrid Dahl, and Astrid does not know when to shut her mouth. So when she's on her book tour, she says something that she should not be saying at all, nonetheless, in public, and someone films her. It goes crazy viral, and she is in the midst of being canceled. And while she's being canceled, her agent is like, you need to write another book. We need to flip the narrative and you need to write another book. But Astrid has a little bit of writer's block going on. There's also a very, very messy romantic relationship within this book with multiple people. There's multiple elements of mess within her love life. It was just so crazy that I couldn't stop reading it. I couldn't stop at all. This is the tagline and this is what sold me and it's why I got it. Will she find success in her career? Will she ever find true love? Or will she only know perfume and pain? So I heard you want a sad girl summer. Look no further. I have two books for you. They're honestly very similar to one another, and as soon as I say these two books, someone in the universe, their jaw is gonna just fall to the floor being like, that's not a summer book. No. But just follow me here. Follow this rabbit trail and I'll show you my thought process. Talking at Night by Claire Daverly and Normal People by Sally Rooney. These books have the same vibe. So if you've already read one, you will love the other and vice versa. And yes, these two books do scream fall, but they also scream winter, and they scream spring, and they scream summer. Because in these books, you are following these two characters who literally cannot let the other person go, and so you are following their lives. You are going through years of these two people just barely missing each other, just barely not able to work through their crap and be together. There are beautiful sentences in both books. Literally just look at how much I tapped that. Ugh, Normal People is probably my favorite, but Talking at Night is really, really good. If you want mess, if you want to cry, if you want to talk situationships, these are for you. This one is heavier on the situationship front, while Talking at Night is more about friends who just really don't want to take that next step because they're scared / a huge tragic event kind of altered the path that they were going to take. Now let's switch gears and talk mystery thriller. We have She Started It by Sean Gilbert. This book is if Pretty Little Liars was led by Mona. If Mona was the main character in Pretty Little Liars, you would get this book. Specifically, season 1 and season 2. This book, you're following this group of friends. They were in high school together, and they honestly were really, really hurtful, mean, rude to this one girl. We're gonna pan forward several years into the future. This one girl is now getting married, and she decides to invite all the girls that were really mean to her on her bachelorette trip. And the girls that got invited really don't bat an eye. They're like, oh my gosh, free vacation. Of course we can be nice to her for one weekend. We're gonna go on vacation. When they show up to the bachelorette party, they're the only other ones invited. Things are getting weird. Things aren't adding up, and things are getting so messy. And you will have no clue what's going on with this book, and it is a trust the process type of book, and it's perfect for the summer. Reckless Girls by Rachel Hawkins. In this book, you are following these 6 people, and they are all going to this mysterious island where bad things occur, and you are literally just following them while they're on this island. And guess what? Weird things are occurring. I did not expect the plot twist. I did not expect the plot twist at all. If you like White Lotus, this one is for you. This is probably the most vague synopsis I'm going to give within this video because I don't think you need to know much going into this book. Truly, the more blind you are heading into this book, the better the experience will be for you. The one fantasy book I have for y'all today is Shield of Sparrows by Devyn Perry, my favorite fantasy book of the year. Gonna shout it from the rooftops because I adored this book. In this book, we're following Odessa, and Odessa is a princess. Her dad is the king, but her dad remarried when her mom passed away, and so Odessa has really been pushed to the side. She is basically in the shadows. They don't let her wear bright colors. She's forced to wear gray. She has vibrant red hair, and they force her to dye it this mousy color. She has multiple half siblings, but her half sister has been raised to be married off to kind of unite these 2 kingdoms together. Issue that we have within this book is the prince comes early. The prince comes early and he says, no, I want to get married tonight. Where's my bride? The prince showed up with this man named the Guardian, and the Guardian is essentially the prince's bodyguard, and also he talks for the prince. When the king is like, here's my gorgeous darling daughter, this is who you're going to be marrying, the Guardian says, no, I don't think so. The prince wants to marry her instead. Pointing to Odessa. Everyone's jaws are on the floor. They're like, her? Why do you want to marry her? That makes no sense. This is the daughter that we agreed on? Why are we switching the rules? But after a bit of conversation, they actually do let the prince marry Odessa. Right then and there, the king pulls her aside and says, hey, I didn't tell you this because I didn't think it was necessary, but one of the big reasons your sister's been in training to marry this prince is because I need her to go spy. I need her to get intel for our kingdom. And I know you don't know how to do any of that, but you're gonna have to pull through for us. You're gonna have to pull through for your family. And Odessa's like, oh my gosh, this is the first time my dad is entrusting me with anything. I have to do this. I have to be an amazing spy for him. There are multiple downsides here for Odessa. 1, she has no training. 2, the Guardian knows not to trust Odessa. And 3, the Guardian is not leaving Odessa's side. And they can't stand each other. They can't stand each other. The story progresses from there. This is fantastic. And it's on Kindle Unlimited. Now let's talk romance. So first up, we have the Rebel Blue Ranch series by Lila Sage. Interconnected standalones, and they are cowboy romances, and they are so fun. So here's the order I recommend. Again, they're interconnected standalones, so you don't have to read them in this order. You can bounce around. But here's how I'd recommend reading it. We have Done and Dusted, which is Brother's Best Friend and amazing anxiety representation. We have my personal favorite, which is Swift and Saddled. This is Black Cat Golden Retriever vibes, and there is an amazing conversation on depression and the stigmatisms that kind of go along with it, and I love this book. I loved this book. Easiest 5-star of my life. Lost and Lassoed, Enemies to Lovers, Single Parent Nanny, and Best Friend's Brother. And finally, Wild and Wrangled, Second Chance, Dual Timeline, Dual POV, and Single Parent. Next, I would recommend anything from Elsie Silver. I think that she just works perfect for the summertime, but I'm specifically going to recommend the Rose Hill series by her. This is also about to be a TV show. It literally just got picked up, and it's just gonna be fantastic. These are not cowboy romances, okay? They are small town romances, and they are fantastic. If you are wanting a cowboy romance by her, check out the Chestnut Spring series. You will not be disappointed. Wild Love, Brother's Best Friend, Forced Proximity, Single Parent, Workplace, 5 out of 5 stars. Wild Eyes, Forced Proximity, Single Dad, Celebrity in a Small Town. Outside, Marriage of Convenience, Rivals to Lovers, they cannot stand each other, and it is just delightful. The chemistry in this one is off the charts. If you've read the Chestnut Spring series, the main male character in this book is like a mixture of Cade and Theo. And if you read all of these this summer, it's gonna be perfect timing for you because the 4th book comes out in September. Mixed Signals by B.K. Borison. This is the 3rd book in the Love Light Farm series. They're interconnected standalones. You really can read these out of order, but this is the summer one. So each book within this series is based in a different season. The 1st book is Love Light Farms. The 2nd book is In the Weeds. The 3rd one is Mixed Signals, our summer book. And the 4th one is Business Casual, my personal favorite, but this one is a close second. In this book, we're following Layla. She owns the bakery in this small town, and she has been having the worst time in the dating department. Every single person that she's been going on a date with has basically been a dud. Now let's walk in Caleb. Caleb honestly has been obsessed with Layla for forever. And when he hears that she's been struggling and he really just wants to spend time with her, he's like, you know what, like, what if we work with each other? What if we coach each other on how to be better dates for whoever may come our way next? So it's kind of like fake dating, but it has a fun little twist to it. And this one is just so sweet. This is a sweet, cutie summer romance. Y'all know I couldn't make this video and not talk about Emily Henry. I have 3 books that I think are perfect for the summertime. All of her books do work, but these are the 3 that scream summer in my opinion. First, we have Beach Read. I think that this is a perfect end of summer book. Almost fall vibes in my mind for some reason. I don't know why, but it almost screams fall. It almost crosses that line, but no. End of summer, end of August. Beach Read is perfect for you. I don't know if y'all are Sabrina Carpenter fans, but this book is Emails I Can't Send. Now we have the more polarizing Emily Henry book, People We Meet on Vacation. I don't know why this book gets as much hate as it does, because this was a very easy 5-star for me. It is friends to lovers. It is basically a new take on When Harry Met Sally. The main male character in this book is one of my favorite Emily Henry men. I love Alex, and this one's becoming a movie, which I think is going to be released pretty soon. And finally, for Emily Henry, we have Funny Story. This is one of my favorite books of last year. Daphne is a soul character for me. I resonate with her so much, and her people-pleasing personality was me. I love Daphne with everything in me. And then Miles is so Nick Miller coded. This book was just phenomenal. It has a little bit of fake dating. We have forced proximity. They're roommates. And these characters' exes are now getting married. That is what the catalyst is for their fake dating scenario. Here's one I recently read, and it's Not Safe for Work by Nisha J. Tooley. I read this one during a 24-hour readathon, and it was just chef's kiss. These 2 people cannot stand each other. They are rivals to lovers in a workplace setting, except it is on a business trip in Hawaii for several weeks. And the forced proximity is literally insane. Like literally insane. And I loved the character development between both of these characters. Both of these characters grew by the end of the book, and I honestly was just obsessed. I'm gonna need everyone to read it so that we can talk about it, because I don't think it's getting the hype that it deserves. But it literally takes place in Hawaii. It has all the vibes of summertime. You get the angst, you get the banter. I don't know what else you could ask for. Also, Savor It and Left to Forever, both by Tara DeWitt. I binge read these babies. I binge read these 2 books back to back. I couldn't be stopped. They take place in a small town. They're interconnected standalones. Left to Forever is one of my favorite books of this year. It is either in that #1 spot or the #2 spot. I'm not sure, because they're interchangeable at this point. But Left to Forever was so good. And Savor It is also very, very good. I gave Savor It 4.5 stars. I recommend starting with Savor It. In Savor It, we are following our main male character, and he is a chef, and he's being sent to the small town. I believe it's in Oregon, and he's being sent there because he is needing to help out with this restaurant. And also, it's kind of a life preserver for him. He has been fired from his original job, and he worked with this, like, you know what? I'm gonna help you out. If you can do me this solid and get this restaurant off the ground in this small town, I will give you your job back. He is also the guardian for his niece. His niece recently lost her mother, and he is now the sole guardian. So he is packing up both their lives, going to this small town. He is very, very reserved. He ends up moving in next door to the most whimsical female character you could ever imagine. And their story goes from there. In Left to Forever, you are following our main female character's brother from Savor It and his ex-wife. This is a second chance romance between a divorced couple. The yearning, the banter, the angst. It's unmatched. It's literally unmatched. It would not be a summer book recommendation video without Carly Fortune, so I'm gonna give y'all two of my favorites by her. We have Every Summer After, and This Summer Will Be Different. This is a second chance romance. Think The Summer I Turned Pretty, but adult. And This Summer Will Be Different, best friend's brother and angst. Angst galore. Love List and Fancy Ships by Sarah Grunder Ruiz. I don't know where the hype is for this book, but it needs to have more hype. It is phenomenal, and I feel like no one has read this one. We're following our main female character. She works on a yacht, and on the yacht is this chef who is very, very cute. I'm not gonna lie. But let's go back to our main female character for a second. Her nieces are staying until the end of the summer with her. They find this bucket list and they're like, wait, oh my gosh, like what is this? And she explains that it's a bucket list of things she wants to do before she turns 30. And her nieces are like, okay, this is amazing. This is how we're gonna spend our summer. We're gonna check off this bucket list. Now I was talking about the chef. Let me tell you that the chef is actually her next door neighbor, and he is a single dad, and his daughter becomes best friends with her nieces. And so when she learns of the plan, she's like, oh my god, dad, we have to help out this woman. So funny. This is like the definition of a rom-com. Emphasis on the calm. Let's say you want a romance book, but you also kind of want a thriller at the same time. Romantic suspense is for you, and I would highly recommend the Sparrow Falls series by Catherine Cowles, but also I'd recommend anything by her. The Lost and Found series is phenomenal, but I think this one screams summer just a bit more, so that's the one we're gonna recommend in this video. It's a series of interconnected standalones, and the first one is Fragile Sanctuary. This book is hate to love, forced proximity, grumpy sunshine, touch her and you die vibes. I could not see the plot twist coming, which is a running theme for me in Catherine Cowles' books. Next we have Delicate Escape. This is Woman on the Run, forced proximity, black cat, golden retriever. He falls first and he falls hard. Broken Harbor, single mom, hockey player, forced proximity, one of my favorites in the series. Beautiful Exile, woman in hiding, man obsessed, the owner of the hockey team from this book, and he's a billionaire. He is a billionaire, and he also understands boundaries. We love a man who understands boundaries. And also, if you finish all of those, the 5th book is coming out in July. So you could finish those with perfect timing and you'd be ready to go for the newest book. Say you want more of a commitment during this summer, you need to read the Addicted/Calloway Sisters series by Becca and Krista Ritchie. This is like a 10-book long series. But also there's some spin-offs, so let's make it 12, and then in September another spin-off is coming out, so let's make it 13 books. I love these books with my whole heart. I read the series twice, and the reason I'm recommending it for the summer is I read these books for the first time like 3 summers ago. I binge read them. There was no stopping me. They are messy. They are angsty. The found family is everything. The found family is fantastic in these books. You are following Lily and Lo and their love story in the beginning of the series, and then the series kind of merges into the Calloway Sisters series, which are Lily's other sisters, Daisy and Rose, and then you see their love stories, and it just intertwines, it mingles, and oh, the friend group is so good. So good, and they're on Kindle Unlimited, so I don't think there should be any excuses from y'all. But also look up the trigger warnings, because there's actually a lot of trigger warnings in this series, which I guess would make that an excuse. So I stand corrected, there are a few excuses, but it's really, really good. Up next we have the Magnolia Falls series by Laura Pavlov. No one talks about these books. I don't know why no one's bringing them up, because I literally read 1 book a day for 5 days because I couldn't stop. This was the most addictive / binge-worthy series that I read in a hot second. Small town romance, interconnected standalones. There are 5 books in here, and each and every one of them are amazing, but the series literally gets better with each and every book, and that's just an ideal series in my opinion. This series is probably the closest to Chestnut Springs in my eyes because of the friend group, because of their dynamics, because of the small town vibes, and it's just so good. And they're all on Kindle Unlimited. Y'all have no excuse but to go binge it. Honestly, I could keep this video going for forever, but I am going to have to actually stop myself, and let's switch gears and talk about my TBR. We're just gonna rapid fire to help ourselves out, and also y'all know I like going in blind to a book, so I'm really not gonna be able to tell y'all anything because I don't know anything. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. As I said in the beginning of this video, Taylor Jenkins Reid is perfect for the summertime, and I think this one has to do with an astronaut. Next we have Main Characters by Hannah Orenstein. I might be mispronouncing that, so you know what, I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can make that decision for yourself, and I'm very sorry if I mispronounced that. This book has been pitched as Parent Trap for adults. That is the best pitch ever, and I've mentioned this book several times and I still haven't gotten around to it, but I just know it's gonna be so good. Friendship Fling by George Stone. This book takes place in England, and I believe it's a black cat golden retriever dynamic, which is one of my favorite tropes ever. 9 out of 10 times it is going to eat, and it's gonna at least be a 4.5 star. Convinced I'm gonna love this one. Next up is It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan. I did not even mention her in this video, but highly recommend summer romance. It was so well done. It's a single parent romance. She's actively going through a divorce, but she's also still in the grieving process because her mom recently passed away. So she's trying to figure out who she is outside of her marriage, but she's also trying to figure out who she is without her mother. Even without the romance, this book was fantastic. But then you add in the romance element, it's unbeatable, it's unmatched, and this made her an auto-buy author for me, so I'm very excited for her newest book. This part's about to be real rapid fire for y'all because these are authors that I absolutely adore, but I just haven't read their newest book yet. So we have One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune, we have Great Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, and we have Say You'll Remember Me by Abey Jimenez. Abey Jimenez, if y'all haven't read anything by her, you need to check out Just for the Summer. That one is outstanding. I've given all of her books 5 stars, mind you, like you literally cannot go wrong with her, but Just for the Summer is definitely her summer book. And I'm really excited for Say You'll Remember Me. I've just heard mixed things. I've heard mixed things, so I've been a little scared and I've been procrastinating it. If you've read that one, let me know, / try and motivate me because I just keep putting it off and I need to stop doing that. With a Vengeance by Riley Sagar. He is an auto-buy thriller author for me, so I already know I'm going to love this book. And the last book that's on my TBR for now is Well Actually by Maisie Eddings. I believe that this book was inspired by Chicken Shop Date, specifically the episode with Andrew Garfield. At least that's what the cover is giving. And I'm going to have to read this one. It's coming out in August, so kind of the tail end of summer. Even this cover is telling me that this book is going to be fantastic. I can already see that the banter is going to be off the charts. I can see the chemistry, and also I think it's Black Cat Golden Retriever. Guys, that's all I have for today's video, so thank you all so much for being here. I am so grateful to each and every one of y'all, and tell me what books are on your summer TBR so then we can get even more recommendations. I'll see y'all soon. I love y'all. Have an amazing rest of your day.